In my previous video, I showed you 7 tools every urban gardener should start with. But the big question is, how much do they actually cost right now on the markets? I dug deep and some of the prices will surprise you. Stick around. At the end, I will also show you the best bargains you can get and how you can start gardening almost at zero cost. Alright, let's break it down. The first tool is a hand trowel. This hand trowel is very small but so powerful. It's perfect for planting, digging small holes, and transplanting seedlings, especially in small spaces. This is metallic and very strong, but if you go for plastic ones, they might not last for long. When it comes to prices, they range from 5,000 to 30,000 depending on where you buy it. If you buy it online, you might be going for 30,000. If you buy it from local shops, I recommend local shops. If you go to Chinatown, you get it something like this, around 5,000 to 10,000. If you're using dollars, you can convert it and see how much that will be. Pro tip, think of this as a spoon. Farmer's spoon. You can't use it to eat, but well, it's a farmer's spoon. The next must-have tool is a watering can. Just like this is a 9-liter watering can, but you can get a smaller one. If you have a smaller garden, you can get a smaller one, about 5 liters or 2 liters. This one in the local markets, it can go for around 10,000. If you're going for the metallic one, the metallic ones could cost around 20, depending on the quality also. But as you well know, most of the plants need water, and you will need this baby here to help you do that. But here's the trick. If you don't want to waste money on a watering can, there are other alternatives. I'll be talking about them. You use a jerry can, you cut it nicely, and it will do the job fine as well. But the better thing is, when you have a watering can, it has those holes where it waters the plants evenly instead of just pouring with a jerry can. And moving on to the next tool is pruning shears. This one here, very small but efficient. It's used for pruning, just like its name, pruning shears. It's used for pruning. You can trim your herbs nicely, and also when you're propagating, for example, if you're propagating rosemary, this one gives you a very neat cut. You propagate neatly, knowing that whatever you cut is going to give you that clean cut that is very good for propagation. And for these ones, don't go for cheap quality, because cheap ones might jam. Maybe you get your fingers stuck in there. So it's best to go for very good quality like this one. When it comes to price, the pruning shear is about 10,000 to 40,000 depending on the size. This one I bought it 10,000. And it's really good quality. It's so strong and firm, and it cuts neatly. But there are bigger ones for like trimming the fence, you know them. Those ones can go for 40,000. So it depends on how much you want to spend. You can go for the one you want, but they all pretty much do the same work if you use them wisely. It's one of those tools you will think it's expensive for nothing, but it will save you a lot, especially when you're trimming your garden or you're cutting some herbs, for example. Once you get it, you realize how it's a bargain. It will give you those neat cuts and you will love it. The next tool is gloves. As you've seen in my entire video, I've been putting on one, so the next one is here. A pair of gloves is very good for handling the garden very well. You don't fear anything. You don't fear grabbing the soil or pulling things. You don't fear when you have gloves. They look simple and they look useless. You might look at it as wasting money on a piece of gloves, but once you get blisters from gardening, you will realize I could have saved my time with these wonderful gloves. They save you a lot, from blisters to cuts and all that. Better get yourself some gloves and avoid all that. A good pair goes for 5,000 to 10,000 depending on what you want to do. If you're into small gardening, if the soil is not hard, so it's best to go for quality, which is around 10,000. These ones I recycled. These ones were for weather. I bought them for coldness, but afterwards I realized I wasn't using them, so I decided to turn them into gardening gloves. So there you have it, the hack you can use. You can turn your gloves, if you want to throw them away, for example, if they're out of fashion and you want to get new ones, you can turn them into your gardening gloves. The next tool will be the hand rake. This hand rake is very good for preparing soil. For example, if you're going to plant some seedlings or whatever you're going to do, you're going to level the ground and you want that smooth leveled ground, this will help you. Especially if it's a small garden, this one will help you. If it's a slightly medium garden, you will need something like this. This one also will help you if it's a medium garden. For a bigger garden, you will need something stronger than this. This one is for like a medium garden because it's a bit soft. Yes, it's metal, but it's a bit soft. These rakes range from 5,000 to 20,000. This one is about 5,000, and this one is around 10,000. If you want a stronger one, you could be spending around 15 to 18 or 20,000. So between 5,000 to 20,000, you can get a very good rake that you can use for a very long time. And the next one is the spray bottle. Just like this, you just spray like this. It's very good and handy, especially when you have delicate plants like tomatoes. If you have tomatoes in pots, if you have a small garden, for example, this just pinpoints where you want to spray. And this one, if you haven't watched the video where I make organic fertilizer, you can check it out. Once you make that organic fertilizer, which is pretty much water mixed with very many other things, just go and check out the video. You just open this and power inside, and then after closing, you just spray. This is very good for close control. A good one goes for 5,000 to 15,000. This one is about 500 mils. If your garden is not only pots, if it's more than pots, you need a bigger one than this. This is 500 mils. If you want to use it in a garden, it's best to go for like a 1 liter or 2 liter. This one, 500 mils, is for a small one. I use this for indoor plants and also for the plants that I put in pots. And that is why I actually recommend two. One for indoor and one outside. So you get the one for 500 mils and the 2 liter one. I haven't got the 2 liter one yet because I'm still using the one for carrying on my back. That is around 20 liters. But this one, if you're starting, this one will be good for you. Last but not least, we talk about notebooks. I have two. One is enough, is a lifesaver, but the reason I have two, one is for my content gardening ideas and another one is just for gardening. So that's why I have two, but you can just take one. This one is used to monitor on when you planted this and how long it has taken, basically monitoring your garden and recording how far this such and such a plant has taken. You keep the records and it shows you when you planted this and when you're harvesting this. It gives you that history. Once you're reading it, the time of harvest, you go back and check in your book and say, when did I plant this? It will give you that memory, and it's a very nice thing to look at once in a while. And definitely good ones will depend on how much you want to spend on notebooks. You can get cheaper ones which are around maybe 2,000 Ugandan shillings or 5,000. So this was a gift, and this one, I don't even remember where I bought it from, but it was around 10,000. A good one would be around 10,000, but even if you go for a one that is 5,000, 2,000, the good thing is to keep records, not so. Apart from those 7 gardening tools that I've mentioned, there are bonus gardening tools that I've told you that I will share with you at the end of the video. The first one is a water sprayer. These ones go for 20,000 to 80,000 depending on where you buy it. The next one is a gardening hose. These are sold in meters and inches. Depends on how long your garden is, so you might want to go for a 25 meter or 50 meter depending on where you want to water. You know it better than me, so you can choose and decide which one you're going for. But these ones currently on the market, they go for 40,000 all the way up to 90,000. I almost forgot one of the essential tools in the bonus tools. Boots are very good. Boots are really good if you're going to garden, especially now it's a rainy season. Everywhere there is mud and you don't want to take there your nice fancy shoes. I always take shoes in my garden, so but sometimes I use my boots, which I'm putting on right now. But yeah, boots are very good. Buy them. They're about 10,000. They're not that costly, around 10,000. And if you want to go for designer boots, of course you have to knock yourself out and go out of the budget, maybe 50,000, I don't know, but the 10,000 to 15,000 boots will work just fine. You might be wondering why these tools are so costly. It's where you go to buy them that is costly. If you go downtown, for example, like Shauri Yako, you don't have to go to big supermarkets if you want good deals. Go to local markets. Hardware shops always have better deals than supermarkets. And if you get a chance to go downtown, you get great deals from Shauri Yako. They have a variety of tools that are genuine. You can go there and get bargains on tools. Now you know the real cost of urban gardening tools in Uganda. Tell me in the comments where you're watching this from and how much are the tools in your area and which one surprised you the most. If you're still watching this, thank you so much for watching. In my next video, I'll be showing the 4 plants that I started with when I started urban gardening. These are so easy to plant. Even someone who has never touched soil can manage this. Even if you're going for vacations, these 4 plants are hard to kill. If you've liked this video, give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe and we catch up in the next video. Happy gardening.